It's your man's KJ the Great, and we about to talk about it. And yes, we gonna talk about it. Why are we gonna talk about it? I done been called everything from a bigot to I hate women to I hate the LGBTQ. Everything else. Fuck that. No introduction. No none of that. All Sports Media TV. We live and we talking. Olympic boxing right now. Yup. Olympic boxing. So, the controversy is IMANE KHELIF. I believe it's how you say the name. Algerian boxer. Who is in the Olympics. And give me 1 second. Let me look at something. Give me a second. Yeah, I had to fix something. Now, Algerian boxer who initially, let's talk initially, it was said that this is a man. Okay? It was said that this was a transgender man. Meaning a man, I'm saying it, a man transitioning to be a woman, trans, okay? Turns out this was a no. Turns out another story came out that this was a woman who was transitioning to be a man. Okay, hold on 1 second. This was a woman. They said this was a woman who was transitioning to be a man. Excuse me for that pause. Turns out that wasn't. Both of those wasn't true. Turns out this was a female who was born with an extra chromosome. That's perfectly fine. It's abnormal. It's a birth defect, a birth condition, however they want to call it. This is a woman who they say is XXY, born with a vagina, but has the Y chromosome, so the physical makeup is of that of a man. That is what it is. Now, a lot of people were looking at the post. If you go back and look at my posts, they were before the shit made it global. Okay? Because the outlook of it is you look at the person, you think that's a man. Looks like a man. It looks like a man. Okay. No problem. That's what the physical looks like. I made all those posts prior to knowing what this was. Okay, so comes out, this is a female who just has those elevated levels of testosterone. Who is that? Verhigelo Beast, what's up with it, brother? Or sister, what's up with it, man? What's up with it? Thank you for tuning in. Turns out this person has those extra chromosomes that gives it that physical, manly look. No problem there. My problem is this. You got people who speak on the sport who don't know shit about the sport. That's my fucking problem. Understand this. Excuse my French, but we gonna talk and we gonna get right on into it. That's my problem. I've been called a bigot. I've been told I hate women. I've been told all that. What's the one thing I always start my videos with? If you are tuning in now and you've seen some of my videos, I always start my videos with protect women's sports, keep men out of women's sports, keep women out of men's sports. Why do I say that every time? I explain that several times at the beginning of this year because there is a difference between men and women, a physical difference. Let's just talk the basics. Men have more muscular tone, bone density, all of that. Women don't have the same as men. You want to talk about the simple things. Okay, I ran track in high school. At my peak in high school, I could run 10.5 seconds. 10.5 seconds at my peak in high school. Wasn't the best, wasn't the worst. But I was decent, you know what I'm saying? So what do we say? So what is the best of the best in female professional track and field times? The average is about 10.7, something like that. Who said that? Branson Scruggs, nice hairline. Hey, you know what? I wear it with pride, brother. I'm about to shave this shit bald real soon. I appreciate you. So, the average for a woman is like around 10.7 and 10.8 in the 100-meter dash. Okay? The average in men right now is about 9 seconds, 9.9 seconds. So, where do we get off saying that men and women can be in the same sport? Let me tell you something. I said this to somebody earlier. I said if we allow men into women's sports, especially boxing, within 50 years, there will be no natural born women boxing champions. Tell me I'm not right. Tell me I'm wrong. Somebody, come on right now with that. And you know what the person told me? They said, oh, I don't believe that. So let me say this. The top 5 male fighters, I'm not putting in any order or anything. I'm just going to name off who I think are the top 5. We got Canelo Alvarez, Terrence Crawford, Gervonta Tank Davis, Alexander Usyk, Tyson Fury. That's who I'm just going to say 5 of the best male fighters, right? 5 of the best female fighters. Clarissa Shields, Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, Alicia Baumgartner, and we can say Savannah Marshall. Do you think any of these 5 females could be any of those 5 males? Tell me something, people. Tell me something. Tell me something. At no point in history, at no point could any of them do anything with those males other than spar. Now, I boxed for 6 years out of King Street Boxing Gym here in Tulsa. I sparred females. When I first started boxing, I had to pull back because I didn't know the ins and outs of boxing. I have a karate background. I actually split a few females' nose. I cracked one guy's nose. So I had to pull back. Clarissa Shields talks about this in there. Yeah, you're right. Just a guy named, yeah. You're right. So, Joe Mama, ain't no way they beating Crawford. We know this. So, I had to pull back. And look at me. I haven't boxed. My daughter should be 10 this year. This is 2014. I haven't boxed since 2014. I'm not built, like these guys are who cut weight, who are built to box. And even then, I still was learning the ins and outs. I had a few amateur fights. It wasn't nothing big to make nothing out of. But even then, no woman could give me the challenge that a man could. So you mean to tell me I'm wrong for saying that within 50 years, if men are allowed to box in women's boxing, there will be no women's champions? I'm right. It's the physical makeup. How the hell am I wrong? Tell me. Okay, So it went from that to I was told that I appreciate you, Beast. Yeah. Went from that to somebody saying that I hate women. Okay. Now, just a guy named Tom. It's no takeaway from women, but we are built differently than each other. Do you know who Fallon Fox? Yeah, Fallon Fox. Yeah, Fallon Fox. Yes, I do. I do know who that is. And you want to know, there was another female boxer that was in MMA, Fallon Fox. There was another female boxer who transitioned to be a man who got knocked out within 21 seconds. Now, granted, that same boxer won 2 4-round boxing matches via points. That's okay. I'm not saying that points, the referee couldn't say, oh, well, this person won those rounds. Fallon Fox is a man fighting women in MMA. Yep. Yeah, I watched Fallon Fox's fights. Like, she broke that woman's, cranium, all of that. I watched that. Man, look, all I'm saying is this. I was told by this person, I'm a bigot, I'm wrong, I'm this and that and that. I'm like, where the fuck am I wrong? Excuse my French. I weigh 185 pounds right now. I've been cutting weight from 205 in the past 3 weeks. Find me a woman who weighs the same right now. We'll spar. It's sad, man, and it's hard to watch. I'm not a supporter. I'm right there with you. And you know what? I also did a cross-reference to swimming. If you guys remember, when that Leah Thompson guy decided he wanted to be a woman and go swim in women events, he still had his male parts and he was swimming as a woman. And became one of the best swimmers in women's swimming. But he was ranked 492 in the world as a male swimmer. Does that not tell you the physical advantages that men have over women when it comes to sports? I'm trying to figure this part out right now. Does that not tell you something? Where the hell do we get out saying there are no differences? Usain Bolt ran 9.58 seconds. We didn't think at that time, we didn't think we would see times like that until 2030. The fastest woman in history ran 10.49 seconds. Florence Joyner Griffin, she ran that back in, 90 or 1988 or something like that? Something like that. We didn't think we would see that for women until 2024 or 2030. Eric Beasley, probably on steroids. We don't know. But they passed a test. I'm just saying. We didn't think we would see those times, right? All I'm saying is this. If you take Carl Lewis. He ran 9.79 seconds back in the 80s. Okay? He ran 9.78. And Ben Johnson on steroids, the same type of steroids they pump horses with, ran like a 9.77, 9.75. Back in the 80s, it was kind of tough to run 9.7. And what happened? Boom! Got popped for steroids. I remember a man who won Woman of the Year a few years ago. You know what, Joe Mama? Yep, you right. And what's sad about that is I spoke out against that, and I got called a hatred, bigot, all this other bullshit. Excuse my French, but we going in. I got called all that shit. I am an advocate for women's sports. I believe women should have their own space. I like to watch women's boxing. Okay? It may not have the overall excitement that men's boxing has. It don't have all the knockouts that men's boxing has. But I just like to see women naturally born who put the time in the gym, who work their asses off, who deserve their own space. If I right now decided to go box as a woman, 185 pounds, I'd be a heavyweight woman. The top 6 boxers in women's heavyweight boxing have 16 fights combined. How long do you think it'll take me to be a world champion in women's boxing? Carl Lewis best time was 9.8%. Okay, my bad. Eric Breezy. Thank you for looking that up, my brother. Look up Ben Johnson's time when he beat Carl Lewis for the World Championship or Olympics at that time. And what I want you to do is look up that time, okay? And then look up his best time prior to that. You'll see what I'm saying. It came out that he was taking the type of enhancers that they would give horses. And that was a total scandal. That entire Canadian team got busted from the men to the women, okay? I think they need to make a trans league for the trans people to play sports with other trans men. Joe Mama, you done said everything that I've been saying for the past 5 years, brother. Trust me. Or Joe Mama, I don't want to misgender nobody. My bad. But I'm just gonna say Joe Mama. But that's what I've been saying for the longest. And every time I say that, people say, "Oh, you want to separate them, this and that." Don't we already have men and women's sports? They're separate. Okay, so let's dilute all of that. Let's just combine them all together. Who would be the best of the best? No, it's good. I'm a dude. Okay, I appreciate you, brother. Yeah, I don't want to mess nothing up. I try to respect people. I can respect you outside of, all the sports and everything. I want everybody to know that. But when it comes to the sports, I got to keep it straight men, women, okay? And now that we have the transgender thing in there, just like what was said before, we need to create a space for them to compete. Because if a man starts taking the hormones to be a woman, do you think he's going to be able to compete with men? No. Will he have physical advantages over women? Yes. If a woman starts taking the enhancers to be a man, just like I said earlier in the live, you won't be able to compete with all the men at some point. That boxer that competed as a woman to man trans got knocked out within 21 seconds of her fight. And I said her because she's a her who wants to be a man. Got knocked out within 21 seconds. So you mean to tell me there ain't no damn difference? You mean to tell me if men decided to take over women's sports, it wouldn't be, there would still be women champions? Man, come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. And all I was saying with the IMANE KHELIF situation was this. That boxer was banned in 2023. Ben Johnson before Tremolone was 9. That's the stuff he was taking, yeah, was 995, which is good. 995 is good, right? Okay. After was 97, which is, yeah, in 86, yeah, 1986, 9.7. Come on, bro. I appreciate you, Eric Beasley. I hope everybody who sees that understands. The man ran 9.95 seconds, which is good. But in 1986, he ran a 9.79 and beat Carl Lewis, who was like the #1 guy at the time. And then he got tested. He got tested and popped and failed. And there was a whole documentary on him and the Canadian team who failed those drug tests. He even said it. It was like, he wanted to be the best. His trainer and his masseuse, showed him some stuff he could do, and he started taking it. And when he got down in the block, soon as he heard the gun go off, he was like, "Hey, catch me if you can." That's his words. Just saying. But back to the case in point. The IMANE KHELIF, I believe that's how you say his name, boxer, the entire point of this was, is this a natural born female? Turns out it may be a natural born female. That's fine. Okay, she has a birth defect. And what this person was telling me is, oh, do you know this happens every day in life, and this is not something that's abnormal. If this wasn't abnormal within the sport, why the hell is it a big deal? Because it's abnormal within the sport. Oh, I'm sure there are other women who are taking hormone blockers and testosterone reducers because they know this. If you're so fucking sure, name those people. Excuse my French. But if you're so fucking sure, name those people who you think you know or they're so positive of that they're doing this. You can't. We have VADA, WADA, Olympic style testing, U.S. anti-doping agencies. You have the British Board of Control. I live near your house. How are you? Who the hell are you? Big Bubba Goat? 1099 crew? Boy, you been looking in my garage? Who are you? Who you with? Excuse me. But what was I before this Bubba Goat? You messed me up, brother. I was on the road for a second. But if this happens normally in women's boxing, why is it just now an issue? This wasn't an issue in the pioneer days, Mia St. John days, Christy Martin days, Layla Ali days, and Wolf days. Nobody said this didn't come up back then. Only one other in history, and that's Castor Semenya. Same issue about 8 years ago. Their gender was unsure. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying is they said, oh, this is a norm. Like this happens every day. So why are we tripping? I'm like, this isn't a daily norm. That's the problem. And my focus was this. This fighter, Imane KHELIF, was fighting all this time up until 2023, in which the fighter was banned at the World Championships. But now she can compete. Okay, what allowed her, I said the question, what allowed her to continue to fight prior to 2023? What kept her from boxing in 2023? And what allows her to box now? I said, okay, was the person taking, hormone blockers to keep the testosterone levels down prior to 2023? Was that it? And then maybe she stopped taking them and the testosterone levels elevated, and that's what got her banned, and maybe she's taking them now. And I also said, even if that's the case, Olympics, World Championships, when you do those blood tests, they know what you're taking. They test for everything, and they have a list of banned substances that is like this thick, that long. They know. That's what I was saying. And on the flip side of that, I said, okay, well, maybe this person started taking something and it elevated her testosterone levels. Here's the kicker, is that even the professionals will say, everybody in boxing is doing something, okay? Connor Edwards, Viagra. I'm sorry, brother, that's funny as hell. But even the professionals will say, everybody is doing something, okay? But if she is a natural born female with already elevated levels of testosterone, which are elevated to that of a man, did she take something that further pushed it to get her banned in 2023? That's what I'm saying. So bring your ass to this chat, people. I want to know what it is. I'm sorry, y'all. Give me a second. Yeah, bring your ass to the chat. Because in my inbox on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, y'all damn sure had the audacity to come to my inbox talking that shit. Excuse my French, but I am highly pissed off. You cannot call somebody a woman hater and not bring your ass to the chat. Hold on one second. I'm about to share this. My bad. I had to share that. Yeah. So tell me how I'm wrong in all that I said. All I said is, if this is a woman, they need to figure out what they're going to do going forward, because there are requirements for men on a testosterone level that they cannot exceed. There are requirements for women on testosterone levels that they cannot exceed. And apparently this person is right there, damn near exceeding that level. So what are they gonna do when this person is in camp and those testosterones and all that shit is building up because they're taking supplements and all that shit? What are they gonna do? Ban the person every time? And then all you LGBTQ motherfuckers, all you I support trans motherfuckers, excuse my French, all y'all gonna do is, oh, this is an outrage, we need to support this person. What are you gonna do? Because rules are rules. What are you gonna do? Back in 2021 Tokyo Olympics, Sha'Carri Richardson got banned from the Olympics for smoking marijuana. Guess what? Before she ran that track and field event, she knew damn well she wasn't supposed to be able to smoke that stuff. Anyone performing on a world-class level at their craft is most likely on something. And I agree. Eric Beasley, I agree. All the professionals say it. Bro, calm down. She lost 9 times to females. No, Mr. Splackavelli. Hey, good, cool name. No knock on that. But what I am saying is, you cannot call someone a woman hater for advocating for women's sports and for them to have their own space. If she's a woman, perfectly fucking fine. If she's a woman with elevated levels of testosterone, what do you do when she gets to the world-class level? As Eric Beasley said, anyone who performs at that level, on an elite level, they are on something. As many of professional men boxers, women boxers have stated before, everybody is taking something. But there's limits to what you can do. What do? Sit back and bitch about it? Or do we put pressure on the sanctioning bodies, you know, the ones who award you the belts, the state athletic commissions, the ones who grant you the license to fight, the IBA, International Boxing Association, the IOC, International Olympic Committee? Do we put pressure on them to come up with set guidelines for situations like this? Because I told them, yeah, this is like almost an anomaly. You know, you don't have this every day. And it was like, oh, we have this every day. Not in sports. Not to the point of, oh, yeah, this person is like this. Oh, well, this person's like this too. Why hasn't it come up in this type of light before? As said before, there was a woman 8 years ago who had the same situation. Now, granted, 8 years ago, I wasn't doing my podcast and my YouTube channel, but I am now for the past 2.5 years. I boxed myself. So yeah, I'm gonna bring light to the situation. So tell me, what do you think? Good questions, but she met their guidelines to fight. Yes, she met the guidelines to fight. Okay, that's perfectly fine. But and I'm only saying this based on what a source told me. I know people who are there at the Olympics right now. I talk to them. If you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see I've done interviews with professional boxers, Hannah Gabriel, Shadesha Green. I also did a live show with In the Ring with Christine, who's at the Olympics right now. And I'm not saying it was one of them, but somebody I know who wishes to remain anonymous did say that IMANE KHELIF, if that's how you say the name, is a woman, natural born woman boxer who has the X chromosome, who decided maybe about a year or two ago to transition to become a man. Those aren't my words. So if that's the case, where do we draw the line? That's what needs to be made known. Somebody tell me that. Where do we draw the line with that? Because quite frankly, if she was in transition to be a man, that would mean she was taking substances to have a more manly look, more, all of that, That's just quite frank the cold cut of how it is. She was taking those substances to look more manly. So, if that's the case, where do we draw the line? Y chromosome. She was born with it. I mean, yeah, she was. She was born with it. So what do we do? She was born with the Y chromosome but has a vagina. Tell me, what do we do in that type of situation? If you have that chromosome, that means you, as said and as through research, T levels will be higher. Okay, that's what the Olympic president put out. That's what all the people over there, they said. The Olympic president said, they don't trust the IBA test because it was a made-up test overnight. I'm like, I don't really know that, because they test the blood and they test testosterone, all that type of stuff, and they do that for other fighters as well, is what they said, the IBA. So just, what do we do? Put her in the UFC. I mean, shit, if she want to go into the UFC, shit, go into the UFC. I would love to see it. I actually like watching women's UFC. Shit, I enjoyed watching Holly Holm cross over into women's UFC. I enjoyed watching Amanda Nunes. I enjoyed watching Ronda Rousey before she got knocked out by both of them. UFC, I like it. Shit. So what do we do? You said XXY. She never transitioned. It was God-given. Hey, you know what? That's fine. I'm just telling you only what was told to me. Same thing I told to this person who said, oh, well, you're just moving the goalposts, and you heard it straight from the IOC president's mouth. First off, they sent me a clip which was like a minute and a half long, and you know how they do those clips. They'll take bits and pieces and put it how they, That's why I don't listen to this shit. I go listen to the entire shit. And I'm like, I don't trust that because I didn't hear the whole thing. My thoughts on the Cleveland Guardians. Chris Collin, the Cleveland Guardians name? Is that what you're asking? My thoughts on the Cleveland Guardians name? Is that it? If it's the Cleveland Guardians name, me personally, they should have kept the old name. That's just me. The chick, she went against, stood no chance, to be honest. All I saw was two women and one with superior technique. Yeah, here's the thing. It wasn't just superior technique. It was her twitchiness, her hand speed, footwork, everything was superior. She was a bit bigger, not like it wasn't like I'm saying she was like, barely bigger. She was just, bigger in height wise as well. So, that was my thing. Hell yeah, they do copy and paste it for their own narrative. Yeah, that was my point. And I was telling that person, I'm not paying attention to that video. What I'm going to go do is find the entire video and watch it from beginning to end because, think about like presidential elections and they want one presidential candidate to look bad. They'll take this clip, that clip, and all of that, and they'll, put it together and say, oh, look at this bad stuff he said. However, Chief Wahoo was obnoxious. I'm a Guardian straight up, and I'm not scalping. Hey, hey, whatever you want to go with, that's fine, man. I don't have no bicker about it. I just seen a bunch of people who was like, oh, no, don't scrap the name. We like this name and all of that. Hey, man, I'm just a person, like, I watch baseball. My favorite teams are the Yankees and the Cardinals. So, I just watch them, and that's, I'm not too, I watch other players in baseball, so I'm not too well versed on baseball like that. But, we can talk football when they changed the Washington Redskins names to the Washington Commanders. A lot of people still wanted them to keep the Washington Redskins name. Even here in my hometown, there was a high school with the name Union Redskins. They changed the name to the Union Redhawks. And a lot of people were pissed off about that. So, you know, I'm just like, you got some that think it's offensive. You got some that think it's not offensive. You know, one of those things I'm just like, you know, I'm not too in touch with my Indian heritage, so I don't know what's offensive, what's not. I just know, you know, my grandmother will make Indian fry bread almost every other day, and we eat it and we good. Guardians got the best record in the league. Hey, man, props to them, you know. Washington football team, straight up. Harris, 2024, I'm not unbothered by what was. Hey, you know, if you want to vote for Harris, that's fine. If you want to vote for Trump, that's fine. Whatever your case may be. I always tell people before you decide to vote, you know, get to know who you're voting for. Pay attention to the entire clips of what they're saying, not just the clickbait bullcrap. So, you know, I don't knock you for who you choose to vote for, man. Hey, this ain't that type of podcast. I don't like to do politics. So if you choose to vote one way or the other, by all means, brother, do your thing. No knock on you, okay? But back to the case in point. With this situation, and the people that I spoke to, I told one person that the IBA needs to release their findings of why this person got banned in 2023, because that's important. And they said, oh, well, that's invasive. You don't need to know their personal business. If I'm stepping into the ring with somebody, I want to know the supplements they're taking. I want to know if they're cheating or not. Case in point, Ryan Garcia, Devin Haney, they fought earlier this year. I tell people this all the time. I believe with the game plan that Ryan Garcia had he not been on drugs, he still would have won the fight. It's Ronnie Orton. Yep. Ronnie, what to do? I believe Ryan Garcia would have still won the fight against Devin Haney had he not been on the performance enhancers. That's my belief. Because when you know boxing and you can see stuff, Devin Haney, while he is a really good technical boxer, on the defensive side of things, he drops his hands. When Devin Haney throws his jab, he's right here and he's right here. He's right here and he's right here. Look at the hands. Right there. So if I'm standing in front of you and you dropping your offhand, that left is phenomenal. Yes, it is. So if you standing in front of Devin Haney and you seeing him drop this hand, what are you going to do? You're going to throw the left hook. And what did Ryan Gar do? In all of those big moments and all of those big spurts, he threw the damn left hook and he landed it every time. He dropped him with the left hook. Even if he wasn't on the performance enhancers. He still would have won that fight because he was landing that left hook at will. Garcia got throttled by Tank. Yes, he did. Yes, he damn sure did. Difference in skill level. I agree. He got his ass pummeled by Tank. Tank is 5'5". Ryan Garcia is like right here. But you know what? It's skill, ring generalship, all of that came into play. But what I'm saying is with Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney is Ryan Garcia had the best game plan. Let me say this. When Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence fought, I picked Errol Spence to win. I picked him to win by split decision because we know Errol Spence is the bigger name as far as the casuals go. So the money line was slightly there. It was like all of that. It was favoring Terrence Crawford after the first round and all of that started going. But the outlook was Errol Spence's work rate, body work, all of that will be too much for Terrence Crawford. Now let me tell you this. I don't care what they say Errol Spence was, his timing was off, the car wreck, all of that. If Errol Spence didn't have that car wreck, the second car wreck, the eye surgery, all of that, he still would have lost to Terrence Crawford. And I picked him to win. Why would he have lost? Because Terrence Crawford came in on that night with the best damn game plan. You can't do much about having somebody having the best damn game plan on you. So let's circle back. We getting off topic, man. Let's circle back. So this person told me, I told this person, bro, Terrence surprised me. Yeah, he surprised me too. Let me finish that. He surprised the hell out of me. Shit, I didn't think he'd do that. Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, top 5 pound-for-pound fighters. You would think that was going to be the best fight of the century. That looked like a one-sided ass whooping. According to Errol Spence, that's what was going to happen. And he just predicted it wrong. He was the one getting the one-sided ass whooping. So let me say this, man. Hold on one second. Let me look at something. Okay. All right, we good. So back to the case in point. This person told me, I told this person, if men take over women's sports, there will be no more women's world champions within 50 years. Oh, I don't believe that. Come on, man. Best counterpuncher since Pernell Whitaker. Oh, yeah, I love watching Pernell Whitaker fights, bruh. I love watching Pernell Whitaker and Salvador Sanchez. Ooh-wee. You said Pernell Whitaker. Ooh. I'm going to stop right there. But this person told me that they don't believe that men would take over women's sports and there will be no more women's. Okay, the best female heavyweight boxer right now is Clarissa Shields. And this is her first fight at heavyweight. Let's talk the best heavyweight male fighter of this generation. We'll say this era right now. Alexander Usyk. He beat Anthony Joshua twice. Y'all saw the way he punched on Tyson Fury. 6'3", 230 pounds. Versus a female heavyweight who's 5'8", 178 pounds. Who you think winning that fight? Come on, people. Talk to me. What it do, Hooch? I see you. Talk to me, people. Hey, my brother Vic funny. But be real. Like, who would win that fight? There's no fucking chance. Clarissa Shields got dropped in sparring by nobody who's a male boxer. And I'm not saying that makes her I'm not taking away from her as a female boxer, but you went up against a male boxer who put that left hook in your face and you got dropped. Now, granted, she came out and said that the guy took the padding out of his gloves and she went to her car and got her knife and she was about to cut him. That's neither here nor there. Layla Ali says she used to spar against men. That's fine. But you ain't fight no men in a real fight with 8 to 10 ounce gloves. Look at this. Serena Williams, arguably the greatest women's tennis player ever. You know, I got her sister, and Billie Jean King as my top 3 in tennis. Serena Williams and Venus Williams played the 203rd ranked male tennis player in the world. They both lost back-to-back to this guy in straight sets. The guy was ranked 203rd in the world. Venus and Serena were ranked in the top 5 in the world. And you mean to tell me there's no fucking differences in men and women? Come on, man. Coleman Brown 97 just quote me. Come on, man. Talk to him. Talk to him. Talk to him. You mean to tell me there's no differences between men and women? And then I had somebody else who chimed in on the shit. This person, they want to raise their kids gender neutral and shit. Excuse my French, man. But do that. That's for you. But understand that gender, physical, and all that other shit is going to come into play in your kid's life at some point. Talk to me, man. Talk to me. I don't care what you do in your personal life. But I advocate for women's sports for a reason. Because they are different. We can be equal in the sense of like, you know, I work in a fast food job. You work in a fast food job. I flip burgers, you flip burgers. I've been doing it 5 years. You've been doing it 5 years. We should make the same pay. We can say that's equal. But when it comes to lifting weights and all that other shit, no, we're not. Well, you can see a clear difference in men and women's basketball. Yeah. So you know it's going to be different when it comes to... Bruh! Vic, tell them about wrestling. Hey, y'all want to talk basketball? Let's talk basketball. I'm watching the men's Olympics the other day in basketball. Team USA, you got Nikola Jokic, 7 foot something, whatever. All those guys are like the same height as the USA guys. I watched a game of women's basketball, USA versus Japan. Bruh, I wish my son was out here right now. That lady looked like she was about this tall, and Brittany Griner was standing above her like this. So you mean to tell me, if we brought LeBron James, Joel Embiid, Kevin Durant, hey, if we brought them to the women's side of basketball, y'all know how they say if Shaq played in the 50s, he would average 100 points too. How much points y'all think all these men would average in women's basketball? Come on, man. When Brittany Griner says she could beat Boogie Cousins. Woo! Hey, when she said, I could beat Boogie Cousins, you know, I could beat him one-on-one, that deep-ass voice, sound like Russell Westbrook. Hell no. Everybody and their mama knew she was playing. They are men. What the fuck is the 3-on-3 gold medal shit? Hey, they put 3-on-3 basketball in the Olympics, you know. I haven't watched any yet. You know. Hey, but shout out to Chase Budinger, man. Did y'all know Chase Budinger, former NBA player, he's playing beach volleyball in the Olympics right now? He's actually doing decent. Or he was. I watched him play a little bit. But yeah. Brittany Griner ain't scoring no points on no men in the NBA, especially in the paint. She ain't got but 4 post moves. Come on, bruh. They don't see the difference? Put Shaq in a damn dress. Y'all seen that movie, Juwanna Mann? Juwanna Mann. That nigga can't. Come on, bruh. Excuse my French. That dude went to that damn basketball league and started averaging 30 out the gate. In women's basketball. Come on, man. Come on. Talk to me. Cause I know you in here. Talk that shit. Cause I'll bring your ass. Excuse my French. But yeah. She got 3 drop steps and a baby hook. That's it. But be real, that's it. They want to try to make it equal and all that stuff and do the 3-point shootout with Steph Curry and old girl. Make her shoot with a men's basketball. Or make a certain basketball that's like interchangeable. We know damn well that women's basketball is way lighter than the men's basketball. You ever watch when a woman shoots a 3, it look like that ball is in the air forever? Because it's lighter. The courts are shorter. Come on, bruh. I watched Brittany Griner dunk in a basketball game like 3 times. Ain't no woman ever did that in a basketball game. Her big ass is bigger than most women. But she ain't dunking on no damn Joel Embiid, Boogie Cousins, Shaquille O'Neal, Wilt Chamberlain, Shaq. She ain't dunking on none of them. Brittany Griner big ass will hoop you. I ain't on the court. I'm retired, brother. Shit. Mind your business. I'm retired. Shit, she want to get into this boxing ring, I guarantee you I'm going to put them things on her. I might not. She got a deeper Adam's album than me. I don't know. We'll see. But all I'm saying is you cannot tell somebody that they hate women and they constantly say protect women's sports. Keep men out of women's sports. I advocate for this shit because I got a daughter. My daughter is about to be 10 years old this year. And we're about to start training in boxing. I'm putting her in boxing. I already told her, that's your birthday gift. She's going to be training. Imagine if I see a dude out there punching on my daughter. What the hell you think I'm finna do? Where your daddy at? I'm going to punch on your daddy in front of you, and then I'm going to punch on you, little homie. What's up? So, all I'm saying is, stop calling people haters, and bigots, and all that if you literally don't have a leg to stand on in the damn conversation. Stop coming to the defense of people in this conversation, because I'm not coming at it about LGBTQ and all that shit. I'm talking simply about the sport. How many times do you think Mike Tyson will lose to a woman in his prime? Y'all love to say Layla Ali is the best ever. Okay, put her in there with Mike Tyson in his prime. How many rounds you think she going? Mind you, women fight 2-minute rounds, men fight 3-minute rounds. She ain't making it outside the first round. Maybe not even the first 30 seconds. There were men who couldn't make it outside the first round with Mike Tyson. They on a good foot with a bad leg. Don't worry about them. I'm trying. Hey, you know what? I hear you, and I try my best. Only reason I get so pissed off about it is when they try to tell me I hate women. I hate that. Let her fight her daddy, prime for prime. She get her ass whooped too. She get her. Muhammad Ali in his prime, 6'3", 230. She get her ass whooped too. And that's in the 60s and 70s. Eduardo Flores. Damn, 50 Tyson evolved. Hey, man, hold on. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. All I'm saying is you cannot ever say that type of stuff. Now, AK, that's why I said it. You have to use time. I mean, yeah. Even if you don't use Tyson, there was a point where Muhammad Ali was considered a knockout puncher. You see the way he fought. Go back and watch his fight with Floyd Patterson. Man, he laid so much leather on that dude, you thought he was snatching leather off the backside of a cow's ass. I'm just saying. Just like, it's incomparable. So when we talk about this IMANE KHELIF situation, let's bring it back, all right? I told her, this is an anomaly in the sport. I told them, this is an anomaly in the sport because it's not on a consistent basis where we see this. If it was, and if it was on an elite level, we wouldn't have no argument about this because it'd be the normal. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to somebody earlier also about like baseball. One of the greatest baseball hitters we've ever seen, Barry Bonds. Imagine Archie Moore and Clarissa Shields. Come on, bruh. Come on, bruh. Talk that talk. Even back then, what you think Archie Moore would do to these women today? Put the Bronxton Brawler in there. 49 wins, no losses, no draw. 46 wins by way of knockout. Only heavyweight champion to retire undefeated, the Bronxton Brawler. Rocky Marciano. What you think he would do to these females? He was 5 foot, what was he, 5'8", 5'9"? What you think he would do to the females today? And he was taking blow by blow from some of the greatest heavyweights back then. Joe Louis, all of them. Come on, bruh. Get out of here. But what I'm saying is, if this was the norm, we wouldn't have an argument right now. But it's not the norm, so we do have an argument. Pause. We do have an argument. And the whole time that I'm arguing with these people is, I'm like, I've sparred some of these people when we grew up in karate and shit like that. And I only lost to one of those people. Never to any of the females. All the females, I was whooping their ass with ease or whatever. I'm just calling it like it is, because we was sparring everybody. Get in the boxing ring. Get into the ring with a man. If you're a woman and you're tuned in, I got, you want to spar me? I got some 16s back there. I'll show you. We'll put headgear on. We'll do whatever you feel the need to make you feel comfortable. And it's no contest. Just saying. At the end of the day, we got to stop pushing the bullshit that men and women are equal on the sporting level, because they're not. I done gave you guys several explanations, several sports, several reasons why they're not. We talk track, we talk boxing, we talk basketball. Ronnie, your mama love me. We talk all these other sports, and there's no comparison. That's why you even look at swimming. Katie Ledecky, the best 1,500 meter swimmer in the world. She holds the top 20 times all time for a woman in that race. But if you look at the men's 1,500 meter, she still loses. Now, she's beyond her time. She's like the Usain Bolt, Michael Phelps, or if you want to. She's beyond her time. She's beating women so bad that when she comes up to touch the wall to finish the race, nobody else is in the frame. That's how bad she's beating women. What do you think men are doing? She's finishing that race in 15 minutes. Men are finishing 2-3 minutes ahead of that time. Just saying. All in all, man, I wanted to let this go for an hour. Hold on. Yeah, I wanted to let this go for an hour. But, I'm about to get out of here. I want y'all to tune in to my YouTube channel, All Sports Media TV. We are over 900 subscribers now. Once we get to 1,000, I will be randomly selecting people for shirt giveaways and memorabilia giveaways. I just found out I got 3 cards that are a basketball and 2 baseball cards, and they're worth over $1,000. So I will be giving those away. You can't even beat your meat. You're right, I don't. Shit, I get the booty. So yeah, make sure y'all tune in, and I'll keep y'all posted. This situation is tedious. It will be monitored closely. And thank y'all for tuning in, man. I appreciate y'all. Peace.